Okay, this has given me more trouble than I would have liked, but I think it's working now. I'm trying to stream. Looks like it's working, so. Hello everyone, this is Arafellan, and I'm attempting to play the April Fool's edition for this year of the Link to the Past randomizer. Should probably turn it down a little. Where was volume? Sound. That's probably good enough. Anyway, in case you're not familiar with the randomizer, the basic concept of it is they take and shuffle all the crystals and pendants around, so you don't know which is in which dungeon. The dungeon items, map, compass, keys, etc. in a given dungeon are shuffled around within that dungeon, and basically everything else, all your inventory items, the miscellaneous arrows and rupees and bombs and stuff you'd find in chests, the heart container pieces, all that is also shuffled around with everything else. The April Fool's edition of the randomizer, they have festive versions every so often for things like Halloween and Christmas and whatnot. April Fool's does some strange things. I'm not sure exactly what to expect, so we'll probably find out as this goes on. I've done the random player sprite, which is what I normally do. I forget exactly which settings I have on this, but this is using Sahasrahla roll, which is not something that's normally available. I think what that means is you need to find the green pendant and bring it to Sahasrahla to win. So I'll just give myself a name, Sahagol. And where is what I'm looking for? Oh, here. Menacing noises. Or go, 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 go. Yeah, this is not a character I recognize, but that's just fine. Like I said, I forget exactly which settings I used. I don't think I tried any of the ones that I know are kind of annoying and crazy. Let's start from Sanctuary. First of all, we can see our sprite is acting rather strangely. That's one of the April Fool settings. I think I have one of the boot settings on. So I don't actually have boots, but I can still dash. But I think what that does is... Oh, I guess you can run into things. Looks like rupees are draining continuously. Yep. There's some stumps in the way here. Yeah, so that would be an April Fool's thing. They have changed the terrain to mess with you. Sneak around this guy. I said I don't remember exactly which settings I had. There's something with the boots, there's something that messes with your player sprite. Okay, so we have Crystal 4 on the Tower of Hera, the red Crystal 6, it's red because you need it to open the Mega Bomb in the bomb shop. And then the blue pendant is in Desert, so none of these are what we're looking for as far as the goal goes. But it's likely that we will need at least some of them to get what we need to get to the thing. Huh, that was interesting. Normally those fly towards you. Okay, I think what it is every time I bash into something, I'm losing 5 rupees. Music shuffle is on, so I'm getting music in places it wouldn't normally be. Okay, armor seems to be working. Again, the terrain has changed here. Yep, those birds are flying away from me instead of towards me, so that has to be an April Fool's thing. Now, every time I dash, I'm losing money. Alright, I don't have the book, so I can't do a pedestal check. Yeah, the pedestal with the Master Sword is one of the locations where the items are shuffled. So while normally you would get the Master Sword there in the real game, in Randomizer it can be pretty much anything. Which includes things that are completely useless, so you may never need to go there. There's some money. Okay. I'm gonna need a little more. Okay. Oh, right. I think what it's using is a bad Google Translate of NPC text. Also, it seems like every time I press A, I'm losing 5 rupees, not just if it's a dash, which makes sense because of how things would be coded. But it does mean I'm going to be careful of that if I want to have money to buy anything. There's the bush crow. Oh, should check what it has. Oh, that's fast. But it's just hearts. Okay. Oh, I'm just trying to get to the village. Okay. Didn't seem to drop anything that time. Which is kind of weird, but I'll take it. The guard seems to have gotten stuck in the tree. It's an April Fool's thing. Anything can happen. Apparently including that. Let's start with this. If I'm lucky, I might get some bombs in the basement to blow through the wall. Except it's a locked door. I'm not sure what just happened. Alright, I have item up here to shuffle on. So that looks like a fire rod up there. It's actually just bombs as usual. Sorry. I think the idea is the icons are randomly swapped around. Sword, nice. But everything will still be in its usual location. So bombs are normally up here, 4th item in the top row. So you can tell that's bombs if you're familiar with where everything goes. I'm kind of familiar with it. So most items I'll probably be able to remember. Some of the ones further down and towards the middle, maybe not as much. Okay. Bomb is just a bomb. Works like a normal bomb. Ooh, Master Sword, nice. Apparently our arrows is got 'em. So presumably that's like a yatta or something like that. I can't even remember what it is in the original text. So that's those, see what this guy has. That was a waste of money. But it's still nice to know that that's taken care of and I don't have to worry about checking him later. Well, that guy ran off through the wall. This head bombing is kind of distracting. It's also kind of hilarious. You know, I'd run away too if someone was coming at me looking like that. Yeah, nice. Okay, so today our flute looks like magic powder, but it's still in the middle of the 3rd row as usual. Don't have the bug catching net, so there's no point in talking to the sick kid. But I can just activate the flute right now. There is an option in the April Fool's randomizer to shuffle the flute destinations. I'm fairly certain I do not have that on because that just seems like more trouble than it's worth. Although you could say that about a lot of the options. Most of them are just there to make the game weird rather than anything else. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, the birds seem to be taking longer than usual to fly off. So before I leave town, I'll come down and check what's in the library and the race game. Now this I don't think I can get with fake boots, although we could try it. This is the... yeah. Or maybe you need to run into here as usual. Nope. So that is the Book of Medora. We'll might need that. Come over here and check what this is before paying for it. It's just some money. Oh. Our food icon changed from the magic bottle to a golden bee in a bottle. Or magic powder to the... yeah, technically the activated food and the inactive food are two different items. So they will appear as two different things when they shuffle the icons, apparently. There's a piece of heart. Those poor monsters. Yeah, there seems to be something messing around with monster movement. So we've got the birds flying in the wrong direction. Not sure if vultures are even working at all. The jazz hands guys are kind of getting stuck in the sand there. Yeah, I guess that's what -1 keys looks like. Yeah, the locked doors don't seem to be an hindrance. They're just kind of... there. Okay, so that gave us a piece of heart, or a full heart container. At this stage of the game, extra health is a good thing. And you can beat the game with no extra health, but I feel safer with a little more. Maybe try to get something like 10 or so. Oh, that rupee went flying. Yes, there seems to have been some messing around with the physics. Okay, crabs were just the hearts, and I can't pick up rocks anyway. Let's check what's in here. Let's go to the back first. Okay, that looks kind of amazing. Okay, there's a bottle with blue gunk in it. That looks like a mushroom. Okay, so mushroom is blue potion. Okay, so let's head over this way. That's interesting. Yeah, there's definitely been some playing around with the terrain. There's a ladder over here instead of the usual passage to the left. Okay, I want to get on the fire rod, which is actually bombs. Okay, looks like monsters can drop monsters. That would be something to watch out for. Yeah, this is easier to do if you have a hook shot, and it's faster if you throw bombs at them, but quick enough with a Master Sword. No point wasting resources. And there's this plain bottle. Red rupees. Thought I heard a voice. Okay, so... I forget already what this is. I think this is the actual fire rod. Which I have no magic for. Okay, so... blue potion is the mushroom, empty bottle is a hammer. This could be difficult to keep track of. Wait, I'm pretty sure second row is fire rod, ice rod, and then the 3 medallions, and I can't remember what order. That could be a problem. Take a little short. Okay. I don't think that's a result of shuffling, but that is definitely the randomizer messing with you. Okay, let's go to Link's house instead. Which actually is at Link's house. That's good. Just a piece apart. Let's go do the escape sequence. Yeah, I'm hesitant to use quick swap with item icons all messed around. Yeah, quick swap is you can use the L and R buttons to switch your items. Which could very much come in handy, but with the icons all shuffled, it can be a lot harder to remember what everything is. Yeah, item physics is definitely a mess with. Just confirm that this is the fire rod. Yep. Okay, I'm not sure if that's an emulator thing or if it's a April Fool's thing. I think it is April Fool's because I don't remember having that issue before. Where holding L and R is... yeah, holding L or R is cycling through items continuously. Normally it has an unpress effect put into it so that when you press the button, you don't cycle again until you let it go and press it again. Okay, looks like we have Fairy Fountain music for Hyrule Castle today. There's some arrows. Not useful until we find a bow. Yeah, I should have expected that. There's also a door to the left. Which, I think there's normally nothing here at all. Yeah, it's just a big empty room that you can't normally get to. Unless, no, I can't imagine they actually put something in there. I guess it's possible. You can come in here. Can you get to the first thing? I think you can get to the first chest without anything special. But I think since keys aren't shuffled, it has to be a key. Right. Well, your best way to deal with these is like that. You lure them down to there when their back is against the middle barrier. So that your spin hits them twice. Oh, full magic anyway. Okay, I was hearing talking. Apparently the one chest get item sound has been replaced with someone saying, "Is this even randomized?" It's kind of a... I guess what you call it a meme. Maybe. Yeah, I suspected as much. You have to go around the outside to get up here to get to the back of the castle. Because the usual passage is blocked off. That is something that's going to happen repeatedly with the April Fool's randomizers, at least if it's like previous years. Is that there will be geometry changes in the dungeons that make you have to take different routes from usual. So your familiarity with the game will not necessarily help you directly. But it can help you indirectly by letting you guess where there might be another passage. Gotta say, it's kind of weird going through a combat area with such peaceful music. That might have been a crab. But yeah, strange things will happen if the game tries to load an enemy that the graphics for it aren't loaded. Okay. So this will get us into the dungeon. There's another key to get. I'm not sure I want to try going through the dark area without a lamp with the possibility of random geometry. Well, not random, but altered. Although I think there was an option in the randomizer for that April Fool's randomizer for randomized geometry. Yeah, that always has that. And that's bombs. So I think I'll try Eastern Palace next. Yeah, I could take the foot and go up the mountain. But without hookshot or hammer, there's only so much you can do there. Eastern, you're at least guaranteed the items in the back of Sahasrahla's house. Plus, I think I'll say where the pendant is. Although, maybe not, depending on what they did with the text. Normally in Randomizer, if you talk to Sahasrahla without the Pendant of Courage, he will tell you which dungeon has it. But if he just has the badly translated NPC text, well, we'll find out. Okay, Turtle Rock. Eagle. Yeah, that is something that will happen frequently in machine-translated texts of old men especially. There's various different variants of the... Yeah, well, Japanese has multiple first and second person pronouns. Whereas in English, mostly the difference comes in third person, he, she, they, it, etc. But you just have I, me, my for first person and you, your, yours for second. Japanese has all sorts of different first and second person pronouns depending on the, you know, kind of the mood, the formality, whether you're trying to show deference or not. That sort of thing. So the one you'll probably see in textbooks generally is watashi, which is kind of a general purpose, but it's fairly formal. You're not normally going to hear men anyway using it in conversation. Women, maybe. It depends. Then you have, like, boku is more boyish. There's an atashi, which is more girlish. Ore, kind of macho, a bit arrogant. But the particular variant I'm thinking of in this case, there's a kind of a shortened, maybe sort of slurred version of watashi that's just washi. Which you'll get, at least in anime and such, you'll get older people, especially men, using that for themselves. The thing is, it's not normally something that shows up in dictionaries, and especially not something that machine translation would expect. But there is a word, washi, that means, or maybe it's washi. I'm not sure where the stress on that goes. Anyway. But it means eagle. So you'll have someone talking about himself using the pronoun washi. Washi wa toshi totana. And the machine translation will be like, eagle. It's like, eagle is old. I have no idea what this is. Other than running away from me. Okay, so we got some nice boring music. What was that? I think that's one of the invulnerability items. I had to have just gotten it. Yeah. This is what happens when I'm paying more attention to what I'm saying than what I'm doing. Like when I attempted to do a run through with the normal randomizer and got the fire rod from Stumpy and didn't even notice until like 15-20 minutes later. Okay, that was even weirder than usual. Normally those pop out of nowhere at fixed distances away from you in all directions where possible. In this case, it seems to be acting strangely, along with all the other enemy weirdness. Yeah, I'm Elder Sahasrahla. Sahasrahla? I'm pretty sure that's not how that's normally spelled. But that's probably an artifact of the machine translation trying to be predictive and failing. Yo. Presumably that's just a sentence with the yo particle at the end, which is kind of like an emphasis, or you should pay attention to this sort of thing. You should be able to defeat the monsters wearing Roy. That would be Yodoi, which is armor. Be sure to find it. So that would normally be his thing about get the bow so you can kill armored enemies. I do have the key, so this will open. But it's just a piece of heart. Yeah, I'll try the dark room. And hope it hasn't been messed around with too much. Normally this is one of the easiest dark rooms to get through. Okay. So you get in here. Here's the key. Okay. Use the sparkles to see where you are. Okay, I got hurt more than I would have liked, but that went alright. Alright, there's a relatively new feature of the randomizer. If you see next to my magic meter there's a C. C is to indicate crystal, which says there's a crystal in the dungeon. And do that to skip killing everything. Okay, I think that's all I can do here for now. So, save and quit. Guess try the mountain? I haven't checked the ice rod cave, but... Okay, this is showing items correctly, so that's something to keep in mind in case I forget what I have. Okay, so Flute was there. Flute will go up the mountain. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Yeah, I think the only things I can get to are Ice Rod Cave. I have enough money for Zora, but I don't have the access without flippers or gloves. Unless that's been messed around with too. I could go in the cave and get the old man in the dark, but I'm not as familiar with that as I'd like. And again, it's possible they've changed the geometry. So I think I'll put that on the back burner for now. And try to remember to come back later. Okay. So up on Spectacle Rock, where I cannot get it, is a... Yeah, I can't get it because no mirror. But there is a glove. That will be important. You need the glove to get to all sorts of things. That's just arrows. Okay, yeah, there aren't any stairs or anything added here. So I guess I'll go check South Shore. Which I need to go to Spot 7 because Spot 8 is on the wrong side of the lake. Alright, I'm already hurt. I was going to sword beams at them, but kind of can't do that with your not at full health. Oh, there's some health. Yeah, enemies dropping mushrooms, or apples, rather, is not something that you would normally see even in randomizer. But April Fool's version plays with the rules. Fish. Oh. Wasting so much money trying to pick that up. And that's just a heart. So Norway would be that one, but given the way things have gone, I'm going to try the other cave first. And Fairy Fountain has Ganon music. That seems weirdly appropriate. Yep. I thought so. But that's just arrows. So I have bombs, fire rod, flute, bottles, and vulnerability. What else can I actually do? Like I said, I don't think the fake boots can break things down or knock things off shells. Yeah, let's see if the fruits can open the bonk rocks, or the fake boots. Yeah, I think that was in last year, but I forgot about it. Not very nice, bird. Just dropping people down holes. Yeah, I got everything I could in town. Oh, right. They put the stumps there, so you have to go around. Yeah, that won't break rocks. So you can't go that way. Is there another dungeon I can get into? You can't do anything in the Dark World without the Moon Pearl. Let's just check what's on here while I'm here. Okay, so that's money, so not important. Oh, I could do the backup escape. No, I can't. I need the gloves for that, unless... It's worth giving a look. Because they might have messed around with the Gravestones, and if they've messed around with the Gravestones, I might be able to get in there without the gloves. Actually, I think there was an option specifically relating to the Gravestones. Something about shuffling or chaos. I don't remember what setting I picked for this particular one, but... Okay, that looks normal. Yep. The entrance is shuffled. Or which one has the entrance, rather. Oh boy. Bats are full of bees today. Or rats. So, hopefully there's something important here. It's just the map. Hookshot. And hammer. Okay, that's big. Hookshot and hammer are two of the most useful mobility items. Okay, I don't have the key, so I think the key is locked in Trot Cross. Or I could get to it from the other side, but why? Anyway, since the goal is Sahasrahla, I think what I need to do is get to Turtle Rock and clear that. and then bring him the pendant, and everything should be good. Problem is, Turtle Rock is one of the longest dungeons in the game, and one of the most trouble to get to. Could just save and quit, but then we wouldn't get to see that. I'm not sure what that was. So that's our hook shot, and that's our hammer. And Sanctuary has Hyrule Castle music. So with hookshot and hammer, you can do all sorts of things up the mountain. Actually, I think while I'm here, I will try to do this. Do you need to go a little diagonal here? Oh, there's a hole. Okay, I don't remember the layout of that well enough. That's something I should probably figure out if I'm going to do more of this. Especially if I were going to try to do it competitively. Which, at the moment, I don't have any interest in, but you never know. Okay, so... I think this was the upper cave, despite being the lower one. That's why they call it Paradox Cave. You want to drop down here to get into this part. There's that weird key thing again. Piece of heart. Moon Pearl. I think I still need gloves to get to the Dark World, though. Yep. Crystal switches backwards, so no need to hit it. And nothing of importance here. Okay, let's try it. I think that looks good. Yep. Alright, the turbo switch. Yeah, I'm not very good with bomb jumps, but that one's probably the easiest one. That's commonly used anyway. Okay, so we're up the mountain. That's just a rear droopy, so I don't need to worry about getting it later. And at least I can get into the Tower of Hera now. Cave music for Crystal Dungeons. Piece of heart isn't much, but I might as well take it. Racer would probably not bother. But it's not like it's that far out of the way. Yeah, I'm Elder Sahasrahla. If you use Magical Mirror with the monster Yakata. Yeah, Magical Mirror. And Yakata is something that's kind of like a mansion sort of thing. It's a monster lair. If If you use the magic mirror in a monster way, you can return to the entrance. I won't forget. I believe that should be don't forget. There's big key. Which means I don't need to go into the basement, at least for now. Okay, switches are... Yeah, switches are flipped from usual when coming into the dungeon, but I need to just flip it to get up here, so it's back to normal. It should be slightly faster to come through this way. Flip that back so the top 4 carts are accessible. Hopefully won't need them, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah. Not a fan of these things. Here's some gloves. So that's Dark World access. Saha! Yo! Sahasrahla! There's a ball called the Munpar. Moonpad. Not Munpar. Moonpar might be close, but Moonpad. Moonpearl. The person who holds the ball will protect you from changing your appearance. Yeah. He who holds the ball will be protected. He must get it and leave the tower, but don't forget. Yeah, definitely some weirdness going on with the speed of things. Hit this. Over here. I could just hookshot to the chest, too. There's the key. But I think the only things left are the basement item and the boss item. And I have neither the map nor the compass, so there's nothing of importance on either one. Let's just beat this to get a dungeon done. That's some interesting boss music. Not a good start. Alright, let's give this another shot. Try not to get knocked off the cliff this time. The platform, rather. 1 hit. Yeah, and this is moving stranger than usual, too. 2 hits. Should be 1 more. Although spin attack is the same as the hammer. Probably easier to hit with, too. There's the compass, so the map is in the basement. And that looks bizarre. Music sounds a bit off, too. Especially at the end there. Come to think of it. Now we get boss music, after the boss is dead. Anyway, have Dark Row access now. Thanks to the hammer, glove, and pearl. It's kind of nice that your passive inventory is not shuffled as far as appearance goes. It's only the active items. This music. So I'm going to need to get the mirror somewhere to get to the other gloves on Turtle Rock. World's slowest bird. Pretty sure I have the monkey shuffle off. So Kiki will be in his normal location. Yeah, at this point I'm just trying to find the items necessary to get to Turtle Rock. So you need the Titan's Mitts, unless that's really been played around with. You need the Cane of Samaria. Or... yeah, Samaria is the red one, Burn is the blue one. You need the Cane of Samaria to do anything in the dungeon. Unless it's been very severely messed with. Yeah, just a second, I'm going to clear my throat. It's a little better. And... okay, this seems normal. But that one's pushable instead of the other one. Yeah, this is not exciting dungeon music.
Is this even randomized?
But yeah, apparently key noise has been replaced with, is this even randomized? Don't have a bow, so I can't do anything on the right side. Without glitching, anyway. I think I could do the bottle camera unlock, but I forget how that works. Okay, they switched which block is pushable. Probably should have seen that coming.
Is this even randomized?
That's interesting. The... yeah, the... yeah, railing that's normally there is not. There's our lamp. So there's the altered geometry working in our favor for once. Yeah, hookshot can stun these. And something over here looks odd. Okay then. I probably should have expected something like that. Okay, stun prize is 20 rupees. That's pretty nice. Well, when you need money anyway. Later on, it's going to be useless. Here's the map. Yeah, speaking of the maps, if you have map shuffle on, which makes the dungeon prizes not show up on the world map until you have the map of the dungeon, that will also keep the P or C indicator in the corridor from appearing in the dungeon until you have the map. At least according to the change notes I looked at. Oh, right, I don't have the key. Probably should have remembered that. No, has this room been changed? I can't remember what it looks like normally. Well enough to be sure. It seems like the sort of thing that they might do. Oh, turbo turtles.
this even randomized?
And so fast they went right through the railing. That was not very nice of them. Okay, so there's Harmless Hellway, and then there's 2 more chests in the front. Yeah, of course that one isn't pushable anymore. These are slow enough I probably don't even need to do this, but let's do it anyway. Really? I would have thought you could hit them from there, but apparently not. And apparently my low health noise is a constant flute. Yeah. For a second there I was wondering what was going on, and then I realized that's what that had to be. There's a shovel. That shouldn't be required, but you never know what might be in the dig spot. And that turtle managed to get all the way up onto the wall.
Is this even randomized?
Yeah, that had to be the key to get into the basement. I would turn that into a fairy, but I don't have powder. Oh, right, it's which one is which. Can't believe I forgot already. There's a lot of weirdness to keep track of here. Oh, wrong item. Let's do this bomb jump again. And get the fairies in here. Assuming they're still here. They should be, but you can't necessarily trust the randomizer. Yep. Alright, I need a bow to get past here. And there's a good chance I won't need what the boss has anyway. So I think I'll start back in the light world because I don't have the mirror. I think that's how it worked. Yeah, I think you need to have the mirror and have eaten Aghanim in the randomizer for, yeah, to start in the Dark World. Anyway, I can get to a different Dark World tile, explore a different part of the Dark World, and see what we find there. But first, let's dig up the dig spot. Some great playing there. So yeah, they're just green guards and I have blue mail, so not really an issue. Okay, so it was the flowers in the top left. What? Okay, just arrows. I do still have the Zora check to do, but it's not really urgent with so many other things. Just out of curiosity, is this changed? Looks like no. Yeah, that would be a bit of a big change to make. And it looks like for the most part they're sticking to annoying little things that don't really affect logic in most cases. Okay, I can do the pyramid check. I can do catfish, although it's kind of out of the way. It would help if I had mirrors so I could do Zora at the same time. And I think instead of catfish, I'll go across the river with a hookshot. You do go that direction in the Dark World, don't you? Yeah, I think so. Not sure why I'm bothering to come up here. It does at least remind you of the goal. Dingus. Let's grab the heart piece. Get hurt immediately. So 9 hearts is a pretty decent amount for a randomizer. Get you hookshot across here. Don't have the mirror, so I can't do the graveyard ledge and King's Grave. Yeah, enemy movement has been strange. I don't have the cape, so I can't do bumper ledge, but let's check what's there. Alright, they're moving to crawl. Okay, bud catching net. So that would open up one more item at the sick kid. That looks like a spear guard from Hyrule Castle. Except for having the wrong graphics, of course. That guy's in a hurry. Might as well do Lost Woods. Or Skull Woods. Yeah, that's hookshot. Yeah, hookshot and hammer are both showing up as medallions, which is confusing. Mummies seem to be moving faster than usual. So I definitely want to get them out of the way. The other side of the bumble wall is just okay. I should have seen that coming. Other side of the bubble wall will probably have the chest that's normally where the full magic is, because normally the pot with the full magic is in here. Just a key. That's an interesting change. This looks like it's actually making you go through the room that you never come to. And use the key that you never use. Okay, that didn't work. How do you get out of here? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're supposed to get there from the outside? Definitely the case of the April Fool's version messing with you. There's proper Dark World music anyway. Even if it's not where it's supposed to be. Let's blow this up in anyway. I don't have the big key, so I can't open the chest. But weirdness may have happened over here. Okay, no, that's the same as usual.
Is this even randomized?
Yeah, I was hoping for a nice quick game with the Sahasrahla goal, but it looks like that's not happening. Fire bar is a lot shorter than usual. It's half magic, that'll come in handy. Not a progression item and not game breaking, but it's nice to have.
Is this even randomized?
Go back down here to save a key. I don't have a shield, so I can't block those. Here's the big key. I could bomb jump across that, but again, I'm not very good at bomb jumps. We'll just do it the intended way. Grab some more hearts in the meantime. Well, almost the intended way. Ooh, magic powder. Okay, so there's the front of Skullwoods, but I'm not sure how you get to the back. Yeah, you can go alongside of that. Maybe you can get in from the other entrance to the woods. Normally that goes nowhere, but obviously things are not normal. Alright. Yep, nothing here. Up here, maybe? Those things are fast. Still looks like no. Okay, so they haven't messed the geometry to the point that the entrances are doing different things from usual. Alright, so the woods have 4 entrances in both worlds. In the light world, they're all connected to each other. In the dark world, the westernmost south entrance and the northernmost east entrance connect to each other and to nothing else. And the other 2 entrances connect to each other and to the dungeon. So that appears to still hold true in the April Fool's randomizer. Okay then. Chess game, if it works like normally does in the randomizer. One of the first 2 chests you open will have the special prize. But in this case, it's just 20 rupees and not a piece of art, or anything else of any particular use. Is the dungeon open? Let's come over here and grab this chest in Sea House. 20 rupees. Been getting a lot of 20 rupees lately. And another 20. Alright, let's dive in here. Pendant dungeons apparently think they're introducing Ganon or Aghanim. Yeah, there's something wrong with one of those instruments. It's a weird vibrato. Is that a roller? Yeah, I'm not sure what the fastest way to the other chest is, even under normal circumstances. And circumstances being abnormal as they are, that might not work anyway.
Is this even randomized?
Okay, I suspect what's happening is when you find something at its normal location, the game does that. Is this your randomized thing? Yeah, Bunny Sprite, I don't recognize that either. Probably it would be meaningful if I knew what the character was. But since I don't, it's just weird. Oh, nothing special there. switch blocks are backwards. So I can come up here. Well, not only can, but need to. Super slow spikes, and I still managed to get hit. That's mostly just being careless. And normally the door would open from here, and that's still true. I wouldn't have been surprised if they'd changed it so the switch does it instead. Or if it was under a different bot. And these weird things are really just rats, but without the squeaking. Of course, they're Dark World, so they're tougher. But functionally, they're rats. So Tempered Sword is a nice upgrade. That's... Yeah, Master Sword to Tempered is probably the biggest upgrade you get in the game. Tempered to Gold is nice, but it's not that much better. Especially since Tempered Sword spins 2 Gold Sword damage already. And Gold Sword spins technically are a different damage class, but most of the time it doesn't matter. I think the only time you'll notice is if you spin attack the Cyclops. It takes 2 with the Tempered Sword and 1 with the Gold. Okay, I have a key, I have the hammer so I can get to the big chest. Have to have the big key to be in the back at all. There's flippers. So that puts some more things in logic. That's just the map. Well, that's all the dungeon items, so the boss will have something else. Yeah, let's have this ready just in case. That's pretty accurate, actually. I'm gonna get a magic refill after the boss anyway, so let's just finish him off like this. Can't item swap during the post-boss stuff. That fanfare still sounds slightly ill. Okay. Let's go through the digging game, I guess. Can't do the Smith's Chain without the Titan's Mitts, and I can't get the Titan's Mitts because I know they're on Spectacle Rock, and you can't get that without the mirror. So you need to drop down over here to get past the rock without the mitts. That still costs money, but I have enough I don't care. Yeah, the way this game works is it doesn't matter where you dig, it's how many times. I think the original game you have a random chance of getting the prize after you've done a certain number of digs with each additional dig. But in randomizer, it decides how many digs you need to do, and if you do that many digs, then you get it. But in this case, it's just a blue ruby. And apparently in April Fools you get a ridiculously long timer. But yeah, the only other thing I'm going to get out of that is money, and I don't really need money, so... not going to bother finishing it off. Let's see, what else can I do? Well, there's Stumpy. And... I guess Light World water checks. Oh, catfish, too. I would really like to have the mirror. That's not a mirror, but it is useful. Okay, so I could beat Arbos Knights if I wanted to. But for now, I think I'll go jump at a lake. Our bow looks like a bug catching net. Can you even jump in the water here? Normally not, so probably still not. Can jump down here, though. There's a heart piece on the ledge. So, not a priority. Huh. That's fascinating. So I guess the shortcut to Zora doesn't work. I do need flippers for Swamp, but you can't get to Swamp without the mirror, so... Well, you can get to it, but you can't do anything without the water drain, and you can't get the water drained unless you use the mirror. Okay. It's charging me money for using the boots again, even though I'm not actually using the boots. Okay, so let's see about the Zoros. Yeah, I can't check what this item is, but I can get healing. Alright. So normally to get to Zora, you need either the gloves to get past that, or the flippers to use the whirlpool. But it looks like the flippers, or yeah, the whirlpool is not actually working properly. So apparently gloves are required, unless there's a different whirlpool that works. Strange bush placement causing problems. Yeah, I think I'll check that whirlpool on the way out. There's ether, and there's the mirror. Okay, now I can get the Titan's mitts. And with the Titan's mitts, that opens up some more things, but I still need the Cane of Samaria for Turtle Rock. And effectively, Turtle Rock is the goal. Oh, there's the cane. Things are just lining up nicely now. Was not expecting that. Of course, that's assuming he charges regular price, which I can't imagine they would have changed that, but you never know. Actually, I don't really need his item anyway, even if it wasn't useless. Alright, I also need the ice rod to beat Trinex. Okay. So yeah, that should be everything I need except the ice rod. Watch it be in Ganon's tower. And this goes to... Okay. So you can get there with the whirlpool, you just need to use a different one. Alright, so with a mirror I can get the... Well, let's get the old man first. Now that I have a lamp, I can see what I'm doing. Over here, if you angle down. Yes. Okay, I think I just didn't angle down far enough to get past that hole. Here's the old man. I'm used to him hindering your movement, but not this much. Let's see if that trick still works. Yep. But only briefly. Yeah, I can't imagine trying to do this in the dark, not realizing that you're slowed down that much. Good thing I have plenty of health. Otherwise this would be all kinds of evil. And there's the mushroom. That also unlocks this as a continue point. Might as well get healed while I'm here. I wonder if hook speed works with fake boots. That looked like a yes, but I also messed up and ran off the cliff. Fair enough. So hook speed is a glitch in the original version of the game. I think it was patched out of even the English release, where if you use your... If you use your hook shot and try to dash when you have the boots at the exact same frame, you get in kind of a glitch state, and when you touch the edge of a stairway like that, you run around at turbo speed in any direction. Technically Spike Cave is open, so I should probably check that. Yeah, that sounds a bit off too. I wouldn't be surprised if the April Fool's thing has messed around with some of the sound effects in a very subtle sort of way. So, yeah, this was the invulnerability. But the first stretch you can do this to get some extra. Okay, piece of heart. And now I have to decide what I want to do next. Let's do Dark World Death Mountain. I went the hook shot, not the hammer. Right, and I'll also need whichever medallion opens Turtle Rock. So I think I have Ether. So unless it's Ether, then yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can't go through a portal when you're flashing. Very strange to have the fairy music here. Okay, so that still works. So does that. Yeah, there's a little glitch with... I guess it's glitch. With pushing blocks, where while they're in motion, they're not solid, so you can shoot things like the fire rod through them, you can hook shot right through them. And that was just a little shortcut taking advantage of that. Okay. So nothing of interest in Super Bunny Cave. But we do have access to all of Hookshot Cave. But first, let's come over here and check what is needed to open Turtle Rock. It's Bombos. So that's one more thing I have to find. Bombos and Ether, once those are found, then I can go in and clear the dungeon. Yeah, Turtle Rock is basically the last dungeon I would have to clear if there's only one dungeon I need to clear. So, of course, that's what the game gives me. Okay, I think what's going on with that clip is anytime you get something that's what would normally be in that chest. Alright, and I can just take the damage and leave. Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything on Dark World Death Mountain. So I'm going to take a quick break for a bathroom and some food, and be right back. I was hoping for a shorter game. Okay, I'm back. And it looks like the intro text is doing a combination of bad translation and the usual randomizer text, which is kind of interesting. But let's get back to the game. So I need the ice rod, which could be pretty much literally anywhere, and the Bombos medallion to open Turtle Rock, which could also be pretty much anywhere. So let's try starting with a few quick checks. Yeah, it would be nice to get actual boots too, because then I can knock things off of things and also not have to waste money every time I try to press the A button. I should have expected that. They switched which rock has the warp tile. So here, we can do Mire Shed for 2 quick items. And then the checkerboard squares with the mirror. Those moving at different speeds. I think they're normally synchronized with each other. Okay, so nothing important here. And I really don't need to worry about money. Here's a mirror. It looks like a map. And that's too far. Well, not quite. It looks like it was too far over. But actually, it works out just fine. Yeah. Ah, they patched that. So yeah, there's a glitch where if you use the mirror while you're pushing a block, it sort of half resets the block state so the block vanishes effectively. But they've changed it so that the mirror just warps you back to the entrance. Okay. Really? Okay, there we go. Also, the mirror gives a back door into Desert Palace, so might as well check that. Normally, you would need the Book of Pandora to read the tablet to do the little praying thing and open the stairs, or move the statue so you can get in the main entrance. But with access to the swamp and the mirror, you can just get onto the ledge there. This looks normal so far. Now, whatever is on here I cannot get without real boots. So compass does not matter. Use the key to get to the right side. I'm actually kind of surprised this doesn't have a connection in it. Normally that room is useless, and that continues to be the case. Yeah, I was half expecting it to have a doorway into this section. There's a big key. A small swarm of bees. Huh. Those are moving erratically. Like just about everything else. Seems like nothing moves normally in this version of the game. But again, it's the April Fool's randomizer, and very strange things happen. Like my head. Okay, that just is in a normal place. It's a bit surprising. That's just money. I need to hit that again to get out. Or I could just mirror. And as long as I'm here, I might as well beat the boss too. Have the gloves, you have the fire rod, that's everything you need. That's bizarre on several levels. Are those actual pits it's leaving behind, or does it just look like it? I'd just as soon not find out. It's turning very slowly. This is normally up here. Yep. Yeah, you don't have to kill this, but I will just get it out of the way. Fire rod was here. And there we go. Wall was moving faster than usual, too. Yeah, I think I will stay on that for the boss. Nice quick kill. Your periodic reminder to drink some water every so often. Okay, so that's desert cleared, but nothing of importance there, really. Might as well go to Pod and Eastern. I was hoping for a nice quick game, and now it's looking like I might end up needing to do all the dungeons just to find what I need. Which, to be fair, is not out of character. Looks like the bees have given up. No, sounds like it, rather. And yes, some monsters can kill other monsters. Those bombs will hurt just about anything except the things that threw them. Maybe even those. I'm not entirely sure. And there's no point in going to the right side because I've already got everything there. And just go straight to the back. These are conveniently already in the right spot. Wait. I think that was it. Yep. Yeah, if your aim is a little off, you want to aim more towards the bottom half than the top. No idea what that is. This is already open? And what's this do? Really? Okay, that's kind of hilarious. Alright. So I have that key. Looks like the boss is just going to have the compass, but it is unfortunately possible that I'll need to open Ganon's tower, in which case I'll need all the crystals. Let's just nuke them. Thought I saw something rushing to the right here. Yeah, there it is. That looks like a roller, but shouldn't be too hard to avoid it. Although it seems to be going gradually further and further right. There. Wait, you could just go through here the whole time? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. April Fool's mode is very trolly. Ooh. We have, yeah. Helicopter. This is normally something you only see in, yeah, boss shuffle, when it's in the wrong arena and weird things start happening. Mothga's arena, I think. Although it seems to be just a cosmetic effect because it is actually swinging the tail sometimes. Yeah, there's our low health warning again. Compass and the crystal. Of course, if you have the mirror, it's very convenient to do both of these dungeons together. This is another crystal, so if I end up needing to open Ganon's tower, this will be required. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that room works even normally, but it seems to be working less normal than usual. Let's put on a bow. There's the key. And upstairs. That's a fairly simple room, but it can be difficult to do in the dark because you can't see what you're trying to hit. Okay, that is in the normal spot. This is not, though. I actually remember to do that this time. And these. These also mean slow down until the herd is thinned out a bit. Oh. Misplaced myself. I'm kind of expecting the Armorous Knights to go completely out of control. But no, they seem to be normal so far. There are quick kill strategies you can do that would have taken them all out by now, but I'm not familiar enough with them to attempt it. Wait, this one. There we go. They don't really get knocked back, so they can hit them many times repeatedly, which makes it a lot stronger than its actual damage would seem to indicate. Before they go berserk, you can kind of pin them up against the north wall, which again has the same effect where you can hit them many times. Anyway, Kingdom Burn is surprisingly effective against those. Let's do Swamp, I guess. I do still have Catfish to do. Hoping that doesn't come back to bite me. Could use Smith's Chain also. But for now. Let's see, Book of Medora I think was actually in the library, so I need the boots if I want that, and I need that if I want to check the tablets. Or to find out what's on the Master Sword pedestal without actually getting the pendants and taking it. So in case you're not familiar with the original game, the gimmick with Swamp Palace is you needed to drain the lake in the light world to somehow drain the lake in the dark world, which gives you water in here that you can swim in. Otherwise, you can't get up here and into the dungeon proper.
Is this even randomized?
That will, under normal circumstances, have to be a key so that you can get past the very first door. Yeah, and for whatever reason, after you drain the lake, it only stays drained as long as you don't leave the area. Which I think is just an excuse for them to do the thing where you have to use the mirror to... Yeah. It's an excuse to do the whole linked worlds things, which they don't use anywhere else in the game, kind of disappointingly. The randomizer keeps that behavior, so you have to have the mirror to do Swamp Palace, normally. If you're using entrance randomizer, which makes it so that which doors go to which indoor areas is shuffled around, that has some extra logic in it so that once you've drained the lake once, it stays drained forever. Because with the entrances shuffled, things could be anywhere, so you would have to... Yeah, typically you would have to leave the area to get from where the drainage thing is to where the dungeon is. So normally this is useless, and it still is. Just a few supplies. I wanted to make sure they didn't put a connection there and block this one off, because that is exactly the kind of thing the April Fool's randomizer would do to you. Okay, so down here is... I forget whether this is normally the map or the compass. Either way, it's an item. And we're looking for every item we can get because, again, we need... Again, there are two different items we need now to be able to clear Turtle Rock. The bomb post to get in, and ice rod to kill the boss. I almost wish I had boss shuffle on. Because then there would be a good chance the boss would be something that it could kill without ice rod. Those are out of control. I don't think I wanted to do that yet. Okay, I do want those up. Okay, so if I want that chest, I'm going to need to do, or the key in the pot, I'm going to need to do diver down. Which I don't actually know how to do. Well, I kind of know, but I've never tried it. I think you want to kind of... No? Yeah, it's not that. It's something with getting your stuff stuck between a block and the railing, so you can kind of force yourself through and jump into the water. But not like that. Yeah, I think the game is nice enough to reset that drainage thing if you leave the dungeon. So I may have to do that to get the key. What I should have done was go down around, get the key first, and then drain the water. So I think this will reset that. It's just a matter of getting back down there, grabbing the key, and continuing on. Because you do need that key to continue deeper into the dungeon. Normally you would need that key to get into the room with the lever. But with the hookshot already available, I could just hookshot over in the center room and grab the one there that you're supposed to use to go to the back. Yeah, randomizer allows for a lot of sequence breaking. Because you'll have items before you're supposed to have them, and can use them in ways you weren't meant to. Yeah, that's drained. Okay. I just come up here, grab the key, and flip the switch and continue on. Actually, I don't know if I even need to flip the switch at this point. Yeah, that's one of those guards hiding in the grass. I'll definitely take that. Let's see. I think 11 hearts is more than you would normally have at this point in the game. So you start with a 3, you get 1 in Sanctuary, 3 for the Light World bosses for 6, 1 from the Palace of Darkness for 7. Okay, assuming this still works as usual, which is not a safe assumption to make, you want to push that on here and come over to this other door. So yeah, you would have 8 hearts plus whatever you get from heart pieces going to this dungeon, so that might be 10. Okay, this is working normally. Dungeon just feels a lot more tedious with the dull and repetitive cave music. Compass, bombs. So nothing important here. There's another heart container. So that's up to 12 hearts, which should be plenty. And 20 is nice, but it's far from required. Let's settle down there. It is possible to kill these, but I think you need to use Medallion. Also, the current seems to be going weirdly sideways. Anyway, Tempered Sword, this boss should be trivial. Puffs seem to be musing faster than usual, but if you just slash right away, it doesn't matter. And let's see if I can do the quick kill. Nope. Still pretty quick. There's a bee in a bottle, which looks like a bow with no arrows. Okay. Okay, so that's the 5 and 6 crystals, so I can get into the pyramid now. So let's go do that while I'm thinking about it. And maybe go up to Catfish. Okay, so the thing with the jumbo bomb is if you press A at any time, you'll drop it off and it'll start counting down. Which pretty much means you can't dash, but there are a few glitches that can get around that. Like if you hookshot to something, you can dash right after that and it'll come with you. If you get hurt, there's a brief window where you can dash. There's also a weird trick where if you transition screens just as it's about to explode, it doesn't. But safer just to do it the proper way. And here we have 20 rupees and some bombs. And the fairy fills her bottle with green potion. So blue potion is the mushroom, green potion is blue potion, and B is a bow with no arrows. Alright, let's head over to Catfish, just to get that done with. And then go over and do the north side mirror checks. Okay, you want to lift that rock, it's a lot faster. And then carry it up here to hit that guy. Yep, like with getting to Zora, you need the gloves to get past that, but if you're in the Dark World already, I think you need gloves to begin with, unless you came through the Aghanim portal. So it's really not a meaningful limitation. And here's the catfish. And today the catfish has a heart container. I'll take it. It's not compression, but it's a little extra insurance against dying at the wrong time. Looks like the recoil from running into things is weird too. Or it could just be the Sprite behaving strangely because of that one setting. Yeah, I don't think they're hurt by their own bombs. Anyway, there's two checks you can do here. First, if you come in here, you can... Oh no, you can't do that without the real boots. Never mind then. So I need to remember King's Tomb for later. But Graveyard Ledge I can do. You just need the mirror to get to this. And bombs inside, unless that's turned to another key door for no reason. No, it's just an opening. Normally you need to bomb through this. There's our ice rod. Good thing I checked here. It's that... Like, imagine if I checked everything else and then not known where to find the ice rod, and... that could have been a bit of a nightmare. Still need bombos, though. Yeah, that recoil definitely looked weird. Let's do Smith Chain. Yep, that was not straight back. Yep, weird bounce off to the side of it. So, dash bonk physics are also altered, which could interfere with certain shortcuts that you might normally want to take. Okay, I do want the mirror. So with the mitts and the mirror, this is trivially easy. Boop. We're in the light row with the little dwarf following us. Yeah, these dwarves are kind of a weird place in the Zelda continuity, because I think this is the only Zelda game that has dwarves. Yeah, their forges spawning Moldorms. Not something that would normally happen, but a lot of things that don't normally happen do happen in the April Fool's randomizer. Do have the powder, so... I think the powder was the cane and the mushroom was actually a mushroom. Yep. Come to think of it, I had to turn in the mushroom too. That's just money. Still, it's one more check taken care of. Switch back to the hammer and do hammer pegs in the Dark World. So does this work? Yes. Yeah, this is related to the hammer speed glitch. Basically, anytime you've used Y item and dash on the same frame, you'll kind of dash while using the item, which has different effects for different things. So with hammer, you can do that. Okay, this will let us get to the bug catching net, which will do another item. So that could be useful, or it could be useless. But first... come on. Let's turn the chest in to the retired thief. 7 is the fastest for that. Okay, just some money. Alright, this will go in the well. So that's a bit of an inconvenience, but probably still faster than going to a different warp portal. I think this was cave. Yeah, the staves are next to each other, the invulnerability items are next to each other, so this is bottles, mirrors on the right, so this is the red cane, blue cane, cape. iceberg coming at me in slow motion. I'm still not fast enough to get the rock out of the way. It's like one of those horror movie things where you try to do something, it's just not fast enough. Incidentally, you don't need the hook trap for that. You can kind of skate along the edge of the pit. Right next to the north wall. Okay, there's that. Okay, we come see the sick kid, see what he has. Dark World does not have the stumps here on the way, which is kind of nice of it. I think it was this house. Yeah, that was right. Also, the bush here is kind of a clue to the back entrance to the pub in the Light World. Of course, so is the gap in the hedge in the first place. There's Bombos. Alright, so we should have everything we need. Did the icons change around again? No, that's Bombos. Bombos looks like the mirror, Ice Rod looks like Bombos. I'm gonna do one more check while I'm in the area, the Cave 35. But yeah, this should be everything needed to clear Turtle Rock. And clearing Turtle Rock and taking the pendant from there to Sahasrahla should clear the game. Anyway, this is apparently called Cave 35 because that was what it was labeled on a entrance map someone made. This entrance number 35. Or was it 45? I think it was 45. Either way. It's a cave that's known only by a number. Also, why did I do that? Need to go up the mountain to get to Turtle Rock. And you cannot flute in the Dark World. Well, you can use it, but it doesn't do anything. No real point in coming in here. This is just force of habit. Okay, so it looks like we'll not need to go into Ganon's Tower, so that's one thing that's keeping this from being even longer. Mirror. Still can't do anything with the tablet because the mirror is still sitting in the Book of Medora is still sitting in the library where I cannot get it without real boots. Yeah, I still need the hammer to do the pegs. I don't think I used any of the shuffling options. Yeah, April Fool's Randomizer has several different options for messing with the pegs. You can leave them as is. There's also the option to shuffle what the order is, which is straightforward enough, you just have some guesswork. And then there are the options that really mess with you, which I think what those do is they actually randomly determine when you hit a peg whether or not it's correct. And there are several layers of that with different probabilities. So worst case, you might have something like a 1 in 64 chance of getting the combination right every time you try it, or something like that. I'm making up the numbers. If she doesn't have any meds, I'm sorry to go ahead. Yeah, still need that. So here I just need some keys and the big key. That is neither. The fire rod, not the ice rod. Oh, and I need the cane again in here anyway. Okay, so... this is not the intended method, but it does work. You're supposed to go around the other way and light the torches at the end of your platform ride, but you can just hookshot to a torch to drop into a pit and go straight to the entrance. Okay, the rower is taking itself out of the room entirely. That evidently is where you would normally find that key. It has to be one of the first 3 chests, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get further into the dungeon. So, honestly, a pretty high chance of it being there. Wait. Yeah, the door is not in its usual spot. Yeah. So you have to do that. This time. Safer just to hold your sword out. That is definitely not the usual pattern. Looks like a 4 and a 1, so for April Fools, maybe? April 1st. Anyway, you do at least get a refill here. Come on. And I need to hit the... at least they're slow. Yeah, chain chomps hurt even if you have armor. Fortunately, I can use the powder on these. If I can actually hit them. There we go. Yeah. That was kind of wasteful, but it got the job done. Also, my character seems to be looking off. Well, even more off than usual. I have not found the big key yet, so it could be out there. That is one big pokey. Should probably fire rod it. Because Fire Rod is an instant kill, no matter how big it is. It's a bit of a risk to use a key here, but it would be a bigger risk not to use it. Yeah, there's the big key in its vanilla location, prompting the voice clip. And I'm guessing the glitchiness we saw in the anti-fairy graphics earlier was because of the giant pokey. So with that removed, everything looks normal. Okay, nothing unusual going on there. Or if it is, it's too subtle to notice. Yeah, these are bombs. Palette looks off. One key. Yeah, something has gone wrong with my menu palette. Doesn't really matter as long as everything is still working, but it's kind of weird. Okay, so that north wall is not destructible like it normally would be. So you have to come into this room, which no one ever bothers with. Really? Okay, Fire Rod does not work on those. Ice Rod? Also no. Okay, you need to kill everything to make the block pushable, I think. And then you can get in and hope you hit the right... Oh, pull on the right tongue. And if not, then there's a then you just hit the other one. There's only two. Okay, my magic is getting pretty low. The roller that was supposed to be in here has rolled its way all the way out of the room. I hope I have enough magic. There is a refill in this room. Okay, that bit of stuff looks like it's been changed. Okay, I took a wrong turn. This one. There we go. I do need one more key, so I'll have to go on Laser Bridge. Okay, that left a mine behind. It is possible to skip past these if you're using... or you line yourself up properly. But I've never been very good at that, so we'll just use the invulnerability. This should have to be a key. Yep. Take the safety door just in case. I'd rather not take any chances at this point. So by doing this, if I die to the boss, I'll restart here instead of at the original entrance. And you need the key for this. Those pokies are kind of ridiculous. And I shouldn't have too much trouble with Trinex, but shouldn't have trouble and won't have trouble are two very different things. Am I just aiming bad? Apparently. At least the main head is moving so little it's barely even a threat. Okay, you wait around here, wait till the shell disappears, and then hit. When it first comes out, the entire body is vulnerable and not just the flashing spot, so you can get in most or even all of your damage before having to worry about where to attack it. And there's our green pendant, so if I understand the goal conditions properly, again, this is not a standard goal, I should be able to just take this to Sahasrahla to get the Triforce and win the game. So just go back to the light world. Not inside the rock. Flute over to 5. Almost get hit by the rock things. They do have a proper name. I think it's like a rock ops or something like that. Anyway. Anyway, Sahasrahla is just up ahead, so this should be quick at this point. When I started this, I was hoping for probably not much more than an hour. We're at 2.5 hours now. But yeah, that's the end. We've beaten the game. There's the Triforce. It doesn't seem to be spinning quite the way it normally would. Oh, I actually didn't do any of those, so... Okay. That's not what the Triforce normally does. Now again, we have a lot of not normally does here. This is probably an in-joke that I have no idea. We've got lots of glands anyway. Or, not like that. That kind of sounded dirty. Maybe it's supposed to? I think I'm noticing a pattern here. I think that's more what our character is supposed to look like. Okay, I just checked on my laptop to confirm the stream is still streaming, and that looks good. Also checked the Sprite list, and apparently the Sprite is Senna, who appears to be a Twitch streamer. So I guess that explains why I didn't recognize them. Although there are a lot of other things that are not Twitch streamers that I don't recognize either. I'm kind of surprised there don't seem to be any Hololive sprites. So we've got everything else from all sorts of Nintendo and other video game characters. We've got Ned Flanders, we've got things like various items and things from the game. We've got the NES controllers. I think it's over 400 different sprite options now. But yeah, picking one at random is one of the things I find amusing, just to see what'll come up. See if I recognize it, can tell what it is. Anyway, the credits seem to be working normally. Well, almost. The music is still a bit off. I'm guessing they applied some kind of subtle randomization to parts of it. Or maybe the instrumentation or the vibrato or something. Because it mostly sounds okay, but then there's little bits here and there that are just slightly off. Okay, this part's different. Based on the novel. Link, Buddy, Link, Zelda, Uncle. Moldormus himself. I think most or all of these are randomizer contributors. 15 animals were harmed during the filming. Ouch. Never did find the real boots. Anyway, here at the end you have some interesting statistics to keep track of, or at least potentially interesting. Well, these are new. The damage taken and magic used. Bonks is how many times you run into something while dashing. $145 out of 216 items in the game where you technically only need the green pendant. And that's the thing about randomizer. Randomness can do all sorts of things to what's actually required. Because yeah, technically I only needed the green pendant, but to get that I need to clear Turtle Rock, which means you need the Fire Rod, you need the Ice Rod, you need Bombos to get in, you need Dark World access, you need Titan's Myths, you need the Hammer, you need everything else you need to get any of those. It's kind of a lot of stuff. Yeah, cleared a game, April Fool's Eve. Kind of neat. Yeah, I'm thinking I might do this again next week with a different ROM I have saved from the randomizer. Let me check what I have. Second. Yeah, I have 4 different ROMs saved. This is open world Sahasrahla goal. I also have a Ganon goal with verbose text, which means all the NPCs talk, including the ones that normally don't in the randomizer, which have the bad Google Translate version of their text. There's a key sanity version, which means all the maps, compasses, and keys are shuffled all over the world, so you could find the keys for Eastern Palace in Tower of Hera, for instance. You can find the big key to Ganon's Tower in Link's house, which that causes all sorts of interdependencies and weirdness and will tend to take longer. I also tried one has a setting called Overworld Shuffle, which I assume that means the pieces of the overworld are shuffled around, so that could be all kinds of chaotic. So, like I said, I think next week I'll try the open Ganon goal verbose version and see how that goes. Since I kind of know what I'm doing with streaming now, at least I can get it to work, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. So, if anyone's watching this after the fact, I hope you enjoyed it. And this has been Felon playing Link to the Past's Randomizer April Fool's Edition.